I was very lucky in that when I was in high school, everybody was, the going rate for pay was $1 an hour. And all my friends were going out to the factories and working 40 hours for their $40. But I could cut lawns, so I wasn't going out to the factories, because in 3 days I could make more than I could at the factory with the lawns, with the lawn cutting. I would cut lawns for Friday, Saturday, and sometimes on Sunday, because people wanted it for the weekend. I went to 5 different colleges, mainly because I kept finding majors I liked better. And as I went to different colleges, I had to take a lot of courses, so I ended up with 250 credits, I think, class credits. So I have, officially, I could have like 30 minors. In high school, I started taking photographs for the yearbook and the newspaper, and I was kind of hooked from then on. I liked taking pictures, and I liked developing them, and I liked seeing them come out in the dark room in the various chemicals, because then I also got the pictures in the papers and the yearbook right away, and sometimes in the local papers too, because one of the things I started doing is I started taking pictures of horse shows and baseball games and a few other little odds and ends that the newspapers liked. So, you know, I was doing that too, and I was also making a few dollars by selling prints to the people involved. So that was how I got into photography. And I stayed in that basically from that journalism class in high school. I stayed in student publications throughout all the colleges and had a lot of fun at that. I did, for instance, when I was at Southern Illinois University, I took my first airplane flight because they needed a picture of some of the construction. I'd never been in an airplane, so this was interesting. So I'm strapped in there, and of course I got to take the window out so that I don't have just frosted glass showing. And so that was my first adventure. And of course the pilot was having great fun with me, making sure that I knew I'd been in an airplane. So that's how I got into photography and journalism. And I always wrote movie reviews and book reviews and all kinds of reviews on everything. And I liked seeing them published, you know, they were published all the time. I always tried to take advantage of every opportunity. That's the one thing that sets my various careers apart. Taking advantage of all the opportunities as they came up, because they come up in all walks of life. You know, whether you're making hamburgers at the Steak and Shake, which is still there, by the way, and or you're working for National Geographic, or you're going down the Amazon 3 times, or going across the Sahara Desert in a Land Rover. It's not all sand, by the way. There's more lava out there as you're crossing the desert than sand. So, in fact, I had to go out and work hard to find some really big dunes because everybody wanted pictures of the sand dunes. And I said, it's just lava. No. You got to find some sand dunes. So, David Douglas Duncan was always a big favorite of mine because he did a lot of work for life, but he did a lot of work for a lot of things because he was a freelancer. And he was getting paid 10 times what the Life magazine photographers were. That's what my family like me to be doing, working for myself. Not working for somebody else for a paycheck, but just out there making as much as I could, doing as many different things as I could, and they were pleased. They were always pleased because I succeeded, and that they pleased. They loved telling everybody that their son was a National Geographic photographer, you know, or that he was going down the Amazon for the 3rd time, or across the desert in a Land Rover and being chased by pirates. Oh, those things, that's fine. They didn't like it that everybody was crashing their helicopters, which was quite a normal thing when you're working for any of those things, any of those magazines, because you take a lot of chances. You have to get the pictures. Some of my photographs are very good. A lot of them are in various museums around the country, and that's not the world's best use of them, but that seems to be one of the few things that are out there for photographers or ex-photographers. I know that Ansel Adams is in every museum in the country, and he usually never sold any of them. He just gave them to them. I went to one of his self-publishing workshops out in Carmel, California, and I sent him a bunch of pictures, and he liked them, so he published some of them, and he sent me back one of his and a nice note, which I have on the wall in the other room. There are always pictures going on around you. You just have to keep your eyes open. I've taken some beautiful sequences of photographs, essays, just walking from my home here, the 3 blocks to the Prudential Mall, in the snow. You know, the snow's gorgeous. You know, it's knee deep. You've got all these statues half covered. It's very exciting to make pictures, and you make pictures of pieces. You just have the feet dangling in the snow, not of the statue, not the whole thing, and you have people climbing up and sitting on the laps of some of these statues, and there's just pictures all around you. You just have to keep your eyes open and enjoy it. If I had to summarize my career and my lifetime into just one sentence or something, it would be, always do something that interests you. You want to be doing something that you like, because if you don't like it, you're not going to do a good job, and it's going to get old and boring. While if you like it, you'll always be trying to improve it, and that's I think one of the most important things. But just taking advantages of every opportunity that comes along. I'd like to be remembered as a good father. I always took good care of my kids, and loved the kids, and included them everywhere, and dragged them around all over the place. Sometimes they liked it, sometimes they didn't, but they still got dragged around. But I mean, that's spending time with them is about the most loving thing you can do. That's what you want to be remembered with your kids, you know.